For those of us who know sometimes, this is not in our habits, this is not centralized. We want to, maybe as we do this to the difficulties in accessing this place, we have to stay outside because people are missing education. They will sincerely apologize. And before we start, I'd like us to say a word of prayer and give us the
Good morning, everyone. Let's build up on the prayer. In Jesus' name. Amen. Father, we thank you for you are Lord, the King of Kings, the Prince of Peace. Thank you for making us to be alive today in the land of the living. Thank you for bringing us here today for this wonderful occasion. Father, we ask that you guide us throughout this meeting. Help us, oh Lord, in whatever we are going to do. Be with us all the days of our life. Guide and protect us, even as we go, we'll go in peace. In the name of Jesus, I cover you.
Thank you very much. We're going straight. I know by now, I know that I want to read 4-5 persons here, but I'd like us to quickly introduce ourselves and tell us who we are, where we work, and what we do. Very good. And because I'm right-handed, I'm going to start from myself.
Okay. My name is Amaka Kocha, President and founder of Mary Star Seed Foundation. We based here in Abuja.
I'm doing that. I work with banks and newspapers.
Also important for Eco-Defenders Network when we do that region.
Àwọn wà embarrassed wọ́n ṣe máa ń kú mi always fi kíkọ́ ìlú ní lọ. Kí ni mo fẹ́ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ fóònù náà? Onímọ̀ láti ṣe ìjẹ ni.
Good morning, everyone. I'm thank you for the
Good.
for Niger Natural Resource Chapter. We promote good governance in the traffic sector.
Mo ṣe wọ́n lóye ọ̀dọ̀ yóò bá wọn lẹ́nu. Last month ago, mo ra ilé ìgbóníbẹ̀ tó wá fún ìgbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀gbọ́n bá ká.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Monday Osaka. I work for the African Center for Leadership Strategy.
Thank you, everyone. This call is becoming very the agenda is very short. And after the first test, an interactive section. You worked in the sector for it. You've written, you've worked here, and discover your field experiences. We like to share one or two, and come in and what you can add to the work that we do. So I direct you please around the
I'll begin by joining Victoria. I apologize to every one of us that is here, and to say that the reality usually our press briefings do not suffer delays like this. But while she was talking, I remember that Executive Council. So it's possible that some of our media colleagues will hope that the press text will be and some of them who are still on their way will be along the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to this press briefing. I'd like to environmental governance. So today, I'm just going to share with you some findings in the research, and then we'll unveil it so that you, as worthy collaborators in this field, can give it that visibility that it demands. All of the we are handling for government, they will intensify and see that issues around the cleanup and other things are able to do them. So my task this morning is to read the first report and entertain questions from you. And good evening, I'm so happy because I'm surrounded with a lot of persons that can help me do justice to some questions that I ask. So once again, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. On behalf of the African Center for Leadership Strategy and Development Center, I'd like to welcome you to the first briefing and launch of the research report titled Environmental Governance in the Niger Delta, with the support of Code 8 under the project Achieving a Healthy and Sustainable Environment in the Niger Delta. The research was undertaken with clear terms of reference that included the following. One is a review Nigeria's environmental policies and procedures in terms of their effectiveness in regulating activities of individuals and companies operating in the environment of the Niger Delta. Analyze the level of enforcement of the environmental policies by the different statutory agencies of government and how they have failed. Analyze the roles of different stakeholders, including companies, community, etc., in ensuring environmental safety. And review the factors that contributed to the issues and concerns in the environment of the Niger Delta. Assess the level of implementation of the emergency measures in the Niger Delta cleanup, as well as the way forward. The report indicated that the issue of environmental governance is a major concern today in the Niger Delta. As a result, formal and informal economic activities of public and private entities in the extractive sector pose threats to the safety of the people of the Niger Delta and their environment. These threats had been given insufficient attention by preceding governments until the Buhari-led administration committed on the 2nd of June 2016 to clean up and pursue an environmental restoration program of Ogoni land and in the entire Niger Delta region. The commitment by the current administration was prompted by a study published by the United Nations Environment Program UNEP in 2011. The study revealed the impact of oil pollution in the Niger Delta. It exposed appalling levels of pollution, posing severe threats to the health of locals and their environment, including the contamination of water, agricultural land, and fisheries upon which the people of the region depended for food and livelihood. Responsibility for the pollution and failure to properly clean up the area was found to rest on governments and companies engaged in oil exploration and production. The research report revealed that while progress has been made in terms of policy formulation, the implementation continues to suffer deficits. Years after the publishing of the cycle unit report and declaration of commitment by the government to clean up the Niger Delta, it is disheartening to note that nothing significant has been done to date, which seems to re-echo the problem of deficit policy implementation in Nigeria. Currently, apart from the existence over 25 federal government federal environmental legislation, guidelines and regulations for the protection of the environment, and the management of natural resources in the country. The country is also signatory to several international conventions on environmental protection. Therefore, the question of adequacy of the nation's environmental regime is hardly relevant. This finding necessitated the need to ferret out all factors negating and impeding implementation of robust environmental laws and welfare policies. One factor highlighted in the report is the exclusion of host communities as key partners in the region's governance system. It is opined in the report that laws or policies enacted without involvement of the relevant communities would very likely be at the point of implementation. The lack of synergy and clear responsibility demarcation among relevant agencies of government, saddled with the mandate to protect the environment, is also highlighted as a factor engaging and implementing policy implementation. The capacity and tools required by agencies of government is vastly inadequate, thus making them handicapped in addressing environmental issues. Another highlighted factor is the lack of political will to ensure oil companies conduct their affairs in a manner compatible with global best practices. This factor is exemplified by government's role as investor and regulator. Enjoying this 5% with the oil majors, the government is saddled with financial obligations and environmental liability. Against the backdrop of poor political will and huge financial liability, the government and its agencies can in matters of environmental protection. The final factor considered in the report are limitations posed by the failure of the 1999 Constitution to adequately cater for the issues of environmental injustices. The Constitution does not treat environmental injustice as a human rights issue. This is in part due to the conception of the 1978 Land Use Act, which confers ownership of all land and resources therein within Nigeria on the federal government. In principle, this act takes away what the government would see as unnecessary obstacles in the form of community input in the use of land for oil exploration and production, or for any matter of public interest which provides the government perfect ground for land grabbing. Oil companies are aware of the status of communities when it comes to the provision of the Land Use Act, and are therefore better disposed to the government. Ensuing from the aforesaid, securing justice through the judiciary has only been possible in courts outside Nigeria. Rule delineation as a panacea. In providing solutions to the aforesaid factors, the research notes the importance of the participation of government, local communities, and oil companies in combating ills militating against and impeding the attainment of good environmental governance practices in the Niger Delta region, and thus prescribed stakeholder-specific duties as follows. 1. Government. The report prescribed that government should implement existing environmental legislation, repeal obsolete environmental laws in line with changes in society, make governance of the environment and oil more inclusive, with local communities in the Niger Delta who bear the greatest brunt from legitimate and illegitimate access to crude oil as major stakeholders to reduce the problem of violent conflict in the region. Plan for low carbon energy system and economy, and separate regulation from business interests. The next stakeholder is the local communities, and the report suggested that local communities should pursue environmental justice with non-violence and also protect the local environment. For oil companies, the report suggested that they should protect the environment, comply fully with all environmental regulations, clean up polluted sites in the region, and stop the flaring of gas. Why is this media launch relevant? The findings and recommendations contained in the report that will be unveiled today are novel and insightful, and constitute great contribution to the realization of a healthy and sustainable environment in the Niger Delta. We therefore count on our engagements with partnership with the media to join in raising and stimulating the discourse at the highest governmental level, to, as a matter of urgency, catalyze the process of having a good environmental regime to ensure that stakeholders, those that were mentioned previously, perform their duties creditably, so that the Niger Delta region advance environmentally and developmentally. Thank you for listening, and I'd like to use this opportunity to also congratulate our media people, because I understand today is World Press Freedom Day, and the title of this year's event is Critical Minds for Critical Times. And no doubt the media in Nigeria has been critical in reporting issues in Nigeria, and we as a center would like to recommend that you should continue what you are doing. I know there are consequences that are associated with investigative journalism, but I think that because of national development and because of national interest, we should continue to live what we are doing. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for the Director of Program Center LSD. Before we open the floor for comments and questions, I'd like us to go straight to the unveiling of the reports, in case you want to go and ask questions in so I'll be calling on all of us, the media, our founder, and our partners to join us. Please, can we rise to our feet? And I'll be calling on Mr. Aki.
I would like to unveil this to the glory of God and to the service of the Lord.
Thank you very much. This is the report on environmental governance in Niger Delta. This project are in this campaign not because we are from that country, this is our country, because this is us and we are Nigerians. We're going to talk briefly on the campaign. And so I'm going to call on the Center's campaign officer, who will be introducing to us the campaign on Clean Up Niger Delta. Please, a round of applause.
Good morning. The research you have in your hand is environmental governance in the Niger Delta. We looked at the issues coming up as the clean up of the Niger Delta, the environmental degradation that has happened in the Niger Delta over time, and the fact that the government needs to kickstart and speed up the issues of the cleanup. And then we looked at issues around from when the Vice President did the launch, and then now what has happened, issues around emergency measures in the Niger Delta that shows us that the cleanup is actually about to commence or is happening at the moment. And then how we can work with the government to make sure that these issues are implemented fully. Now, the project aims to popularize the report the NEP did. The NEP did a report, detailed the Niger Delta, and then issues came up. What have we done with the report? The real time what is happening in the Niger Delta, the level of impact, the activities of oil companies have degraded the environment, and what we Nigerians need to do. Given the timeline in which we have a total cleanup, they all made all those recommendations, and even the emergency measures that we need to put in place immediately, like don't drink water from this place any longer, don't do this, put signposts everywhere that makes people to keep up. What is our government doing about it? Now we decided to do a campaign on these issues. And the campaign has the hashtag Clean Up Niger Delta Now. Vincent, our IT officer, is putting on a t-shirt that carries that hashtag Clean Up Niger Delta Now. It's one of our campaign tools. We have it all over. And then if you go online with that hashtag, you realize that the hashtag has been trending. We've engaged the Ministry of Environment, we've engaged NOSRA with these issues. And then they are ready to partner with organizations and even the media that is working in this process. They are having series of activities. They'll be having series of activities, and they promised to engage civil society. They can't do it on their own. We must do it with them. Now we give them time. If we don't see anything happen, we have to do our advocacy to them. We have to engage them and tell them that this process June 2019. What have you guys done on this issue? Was that just a ceremony? Was that just a jamboree? Now, we don't want to see that anymore. People are dying, people are losing their jobs, our aquatic animals are going, and these oil companies, they still go ahead doing their activities, degrading, they keep losing crude per day, per minute, per seconds, and then what is our government doing about it? What is NOSRA, which is supposed to be the monitoring agency, what are they doing about it? What have they done? What will they be doing about it? So we're going to be having a very rigorous campaign. There's going to be a major rally on this issue. We're going to engage our legislators. We're going to engage all the ministries and agencies that is responsible for this. Now, we have a landing page. On that landing page is centerlsd.org/cleanup Niger Delta. Now, we have issues on this, on the cleanup right on that landing page. Our Twitter handle is also trending. The Facebook page is also trending. We're trying to be mild at the moment, watching their body language. If they don't rise up to their responsibilities, we're going to engage them real time. Okay, we're going to engage them real time and make sure that the Niger Delta cleanup commences fully. They say we have over 35 days for a total cleanup to happen. Why not start it now? Why? What is delaying the process? The UNEP report is a very good tool for us to engage, for them to have implementation strategy, implementation plan. But at the moment, they don't even have a plan. So our responsibilities as media, as personnel, as civil society organization is to help engage the government, engage the relevant IOC, engage them and make sure that a total clean-up Niger Delta now is possible. So I want us to also try, we may be tweeting at you, let's engage the process. You may like the Facebook page, Clean Up Niger Delta Now on Facebook, and let's try to see how we can go ahead with the conversation. It's so painful that Amina Mohammed left at this time. If not, she has been deep neck into it, and then we see how we can engage the present minister so that we can have a total cleanup. Thank you very much.
We go straight to the question, comments, segments. Like in sensitizing LS, we don't call you media persons, we call you our partners. Because in our work, you are partners. You're not just passive partners, you are our active partners. So we're opening the floor so we can engage the issues. Those of us who have been in the field, in these areas and in this, particularly the oil and gas sector, what have we seen? How do you think the government can move on from the point they are now? So I will entertain the first 10. So if you have comments, questions, can you please indicate? Okay, I'll start from Comrade Martins.
Good morning once again. I'm Comrade Martins. I work for Asa Radio. I want to start by first of all commending the center for what you're doing in promoting good governance and talking about the cleaning up of Ogoni land, because I'm aware that until this moment in my station, jingles are run on cleaning of Ogoni land. I want to commend your efforts for taking the time out to bring out the plight of this region. And secondly, because I am from that region, although my state is not worth it, but I know the plight of the people. I have actually have understanding about the environment, and I have friends and colleagues, relatives as well within the region, who on daily basis talk about the plight of those persons. Since they know you work in the media, they call you, text you, and say some things if you can actually help to propagate it here in Abuja where we are. So I understand that a lot is happening in that area when it comes to issues of environmental challenges. So I want to start by acknowledging the fact that you've done a lot, and I want you to continue to do more for the people. And the little you are doing definitely will come to a very big achievement, because it's actually yielding results. In the last report that was launched, I filed in the report, and subsequently someone told me from the region that thank you for promoting our cause. And I said, what cause was that? So sometimes we send you a mail and say we have these problems, and we are told from Abuja that the issue has been reported on your radio station. And that was because you launched a report on that, and we wrote something about that. So it's actually yielding results out there, and I can see that we're going somewhere. Now, I want to say one of the major problems facing the region there that we need to draw attention into is the fact that, yes, it is true that there's been total neglect from the oil companies, the government, and the rest of them. I also want to create this indulgence that the leaders, the community leaders too, have not done well for the people. A lot of them are busy buying big jeeps, staying in the upper land, and try to make life beautiful for themselves. And they have not talked about the plight of other people, and that is one of the major problems that the region is faced with. Because the leaders are singled out, either by the government or the oil company, and some incentive is paid to the leaders. So they are sitting facts on it, and then they don't have concern for the people again. Let's see how this report will actually engage these persons in that little way what they could do as community leaders, if they speak from that perspective. The reason most of the efforts put in that region is not yielding results is because the leaders have been bought over. The people who ought to represent the people have been bought over, and much is not being heard from that perspective. They take cry to them, and at the end of the day they say, I don't want to do something about it, because they are being given something at the end of the day. So I want to see how the center too can help to engage these leaders on the need to know that injury to one is an injury to all. What is happening, if not corrected, even the comfort they seems to have will be forfeited away from them, because the people will report one time, one day. So on this note, I want to say that there is more to be done in terms of community participation and involvement. Let the leaders know and engage the people and be sincere about implementing the little that is coming to the region. And I want to round up by asking this question that has been bugging me. A lot of us don't see the need to fight for one region because we're not from that region. I listen to debates from the National Assembly each time petroleum bill is brought forward. I listen to people from the north, how they discuss the bill. I listen to people who are fighting for the North Region Something Commission to be established. Now, when these regions are established, the NDDC is there. What has it achieved over the years? What are the mandates? In your report, you make recommendation for the North Something Development Region to be established. What are the objectives of this region, and how well have they been faring? What is NDDC doing, apart from building a borehole? If the community, they are so rich, they are oil-producing country. If they are given their due, they will not need anybody to come and sink a borehole or something for them. What are these stakeholders doing? Have you been interfacing with them to see how they are carrying their duties within the region? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I just want to quickly add to that. Once again, my name is Ajeman, I work for Silverwood. I just want to know how far you've gone with your engagement with the relevant stakeholders, the government, and what's the response like? Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Silas Chukwu from National Health Peace Foundation. The insight given to us by Omojero was very interesting. First of all, I wanted to talk on the issues of advocacy and the state of the payment of the government as of now. But he touched on all of that very well, and I'm happy about that. But beyond that, you will see that, like my very good friend said, the problem of Niger data is so complex. One of which that data there are not the only issues. If you have listened to maybe NTA news yesterday night, you saw where the Minister of Niger data went to inspect projects. And most of the projects that was done under the Niger data ministry was believed to have been completed. In fact, it was believed to have been completed, many of the projects, but none of them was even halfway completed. All the money has been siphoned. So you could clearly see that corruption is part of the problem. All of us see as a challenge we encounter in Niger data affairs. Apart from that, I would also want federal government to put up a very take Niger data cleanup as their priority, because this is the degree that they go in the neck. If it dies, that place, if there's anything nobody can do about it, then the whole country is in trouble. You can just see what happened in terms of remittance. And Nigeria, the oil bench went down from 2 million barrels a day to about 1.1 or 1.6. The whole economy was almost in shambles. So I think the most important, if we can find a way for the National Assembly to create a fund for the cleanup of Niger data that will be constitutionally met, that will be very, very good one. And it's only advocacy that can help us bring these things into sharp focus. If you are thinking about what government is going to bring, thinking of land is going to cost government about $1 billion. With the state of the economy, when do you think the $1 billion is going to be laid on the ground? It's going to be very difficult. So, but with proper advocacy and taking the right steps, we can find a way of making sure that the government create a fund that is called constitutionally empowered. That is for even if it's 1%. This money should go in the cleaning of Niger Delta. Because the entire money the country depends on comes from there. The place should be given a priority. The place should be given a priority by any, you should use all measures to make sure that the problems of Niger Delta are resolved. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Anyone for next question?
I don't know whether the report you are presenting today has taken care of certain questions laymen are asking outside. One, is the Niger Delta area in particular, and Nigeria in general, aware of the fact that this oil exploration sooner or later will end? At least on the commercial scale, it will end. It may, for whatever I want to use it for, technological uses for within the country, that one may continue. If we are aware of this, what do we think will become of the agitation for oil wealth? Then the report include in its findings the problem in the Niger Delta area, whereby, for instance, if you cite a university in the community, people jubilate. You know the reason? It will have multiplier effects, economic effect on the community. Transport will increase, housing development and all that will increase. And I want to believe that when exploration is going on in the Niger Delta, naturally, without even government, there should be multiplier effect within that area. Expatriates come there. Business people, investors come there, and they are developing the area on their own. With the report include of this thing. Then it is simplified. It is only probably me and people who have interest in energy concerns that believe in what you are saying. Clear not. Is it something you say that the Michael has gone to a muddy area and has come back? They want to clean it up. And then it ends there. So let's simplify. If it's not in the report, but I believe probably it might be implied. Let's simplify the clean up, even to the people there, so that they will understand whether the clean up we are talking about is to start dusting the houses, clean the road up, whatever. And mind you, exploration continues. Exploration brings about the dirty environment. That's not stopped. Those are the lay things people want to understand. And that's where you can have commitment of people towards certain goal. Okay, this is the problem. So when we say clean up, are we cleaning up again to be clean up because exploration is going on there for as long as probably the international community is still valuing our oil. So I don't know if it's not in this report, the subsequent of this, let's be concerned about those things. Then in that a report that comes out and explain to us the attitude of community leaders. Because it's like the agitation is uncoordinated. Community leaders want different things, maybe settlement. Also divided along the line of committed goals. And also, let's make it quickly. This is our time to make it. Otherwise, the agitation will have been synchronized with environmental governance needed in that area. And then we will not even be talking about whether government is contributing, state government is contributing, NNDC is contributing, or whatever. It will have been a simultaneous, spontaneous governance system for that region. So I don't know whether all these things are embedded in the report or are implied. If not, in subsequent review the report. I think it should be included so that all of us will be on the same page.
Okay. My name is Salamatu. I work with AIT. So I would like to know how to change this particular narrative, because according to the report, securing justice through the judiciary has only been possible in courts outside Nigeria, and this is largely because of the Land Use Act, which says that the land belongs to the federal government of Nigeria. How do you change this narrative? And what was your report saying about how to change the narrative?
Vincent, IT officer, is putting on a t-shirt.
Thank you, Toby.
Carrying that.
So, I have a question. So, a lot is always said about
Niger
not a lot about state government involvement. So,
it's one of
obviously that what is managed by the federal government. But have we looked at the laws as well on the state government level? Like what can they do? Also look at the impacts of the social, economic,
have it all over.
the impacts and to manage that and see how they can contribute. That's one thing that I hope we can also include. And then you can identify what areas we need to clean up.
And then if you go online
We don't
with that hash,
only because of the high prep that people now know within hands specifically. So if people can understand more about those areas.
you realize that the hashtag has been trending.
Of what
Engage the Ministry of Environment,
and making it so that Nigerians understand
engage
that
NORDRA.
it's that they cannot fish there anymore. They can't live there. It's polluted. Their water is bad. That understanding that will sort of get citizens more involved and more
And
interested.
then they are ready to
Now
partner.
it's just literature, it's just an issue that you come up and say, okay, this is interesting. Other issues like
Organization.
rights issues seem more interesting and more important because they can understand and can relate to it. So things that we can relate to get people more involved, more interested, push people more reforms in that area. And then
the media.
about Nostra, I think it was we had some engagement with Nostra themselves and they're not strict with it. The act has been amended right now at the National Assembly level, so they're not even empowered to take this movement forward. So we have to look at those levels instead of just sort of depending on these institutions. They're not strengthening enough. So when you're doing advocacy, it has to be sort of multi-stakeholder and look at it from the supply side and demand side to actually be effective.
Okay. Let me share how we are work for home. My question is that even as we campaign for clean up the Niger Delta
Working.
and the oil exploration is still going on, don't we maybe like adding to it that leave oil in the ground should be also added to our campaign so that in as much as they are cleaning up, they should also have to dig the oil in the ground.
Okay. I like to thank everyone that has spoken on
this process.
And I think that the comments have
having
that they asked
series of activities.
straight to the issue, and
So we have a series of
we try the best we can to answer the questions. First, I'd like to address the commendation that was given to us by
engage
Comrade Martins. Like he said, we have developed a jingle out of this project that is already being played. It's being played now in different radio stations and the Niger Delta. And it's been running for close to about 5 months now. It's been on, and we intend to continue with it to the end of the year. In terms of the attitude of community leaders,
now we keep
the community leaders know that,
don't see anything happen.
I can say they have teamed up with government And so, because it's teamwork,
You have to engage
the
them.
ability to really look at the things objectively has been neither here nor there. But I think that with what we have planned to do in this project, we have planned a policy dialogue that will bring together different stakeholders. It will bring together community people, together government, oil companies, civil society organizations, and the media. I will be holding the first policy dialogue in Port Harcourt by next month. And then besides that, we'll also be holding a national summit in Abuja that will bring all stakeholders. That will be a fuller house in Abuja for people to bear their minds on these issues. Because we are saying clean up, and there are other persons that are disgruntled. The achievement of the clean up is somehow difficult. So that is why we are bringing stakeholders to brainstorm on this, and let us have a common idea on what we need to do going forward. Then, secondly, in terms of community engagement, this project varies a lot of partners. There are partners all over the Niger. So, whatever we outcome of this, we share with people in the Niger Delta for them to take the issues forward. So there are partners in the Niger Delta that are pushing for change in the Niger Delta, especially looking at because in the Niger Delta, our contention as a center is that there's a complete breakdown of water, and we need to rejig it so that government will take its place and government will be more responsive to the plight of the people of the Niger Delta. Somebody has said that is the gift that they need to go to church. Morality suggests that if the Niger Delta is the gift that leads to go to church, then there is a meaning for that gift was taken care of. And one of the ways to take care of it is to look at issues of the environment. Now, if you go to Port Harcourt as I speak with you, there is something they call soot. Soot is one black thing that is everywhere in the air. And so when you are breathing, there are possibilities for you to breathe in some of those things. And those things, from analysis, are injurious to human health. And so, the conceptualization of this research was based on some of those things, and especially drawing from the UNESCO report, that the environment of the Niger Delta has been polluted, degraded, and all whatnot. And so, the reason for this research is to look at the level of governance, the environmental regime in the Niger Delta. A lot of agencies have been set up by governments. This research is looking deeply into how best they can perform their functions. But what we have also realized is that there are overlapping functions among the different agencies of government. And that's why I'm very happy when there's an amendment going on. The amendment is going on to address this issue of overlap, which is very critical, because without addressing it, leadership will continue to be an issue. Nobody to take responsibility for anything. If you go to this ministry, they will tell you we are not in charge. I was in a forum there seems to be flexing of muscles between the Ministry of Environment and some parastatals that are supposed to be under that ministry. So we need to know exactly who is responsible for what, so that all of these overlapping roles can be dealt with once and for all. Then there are also issues around the NDTC question. And I think this question came because, as a center, we also have basin for reimagining of regional development all over the geographical zone, especially looking at the southeast and the northwest region. You know that in the southwest, there's what we call the Dawn Commission. The Dawn Commission has worked well in the southwest, and we think that for us to rejig the happenings
for them to have
in terms of regional integration, for places where it has not worked, there is need for learning from where it has worked. And that is why we are canvassing again for a regional integration that will make the different regions to develop. For instance, if you go to the north west, the north has been classified as one region that is highly underdeveloped. It's not as if there are no governments in that place, but because they have not been able to focus on things that give them comparative advantage. So if there are crossing relevant things or products that give them that is not known for, is it possible to concentrate in harnessing and developing such things? By that way, we will have more development than being a general.
So I want us to also
then, and so the Niger Delta Development Commission, I'm not holding brief for the commission. As far as I'm concerned, and as somebody from the Niger Delta, I think they have not performed up to my expectations. A lot of money has gone into the Niger Delta in terms of budgetary allocations, but if you compare it to what we see on the ground in terms of what they have been able to provide in terms of facilities, in terms of building of roads and critical infrastructure, it is nothing to write home about. But that is not to say that issues of regional integration should not be looked into, because there are learnings. The Brace Commission was set up some time ago for the debate, but I think that
Facebook page, clean up Nigeria on Facebook, and let's try to see.
And then for MDPC to live up to his billing, there has to be a monitoring mechanism. You don't just set up a body and allow it to run on its own. The federal government needs to set up a monitoring mechanism so that we can track every of their projects. In the civil society industry, when donors give you money, you make sure that for every activity you are implementing, there is a budget that is tied to it. The environment is not allowed, that is moving of funds from one budget head to the other is not allowed. But I think that for NDDC to really live up to its billings, government needs to be much more proactive in terms of ensuring that there's a workable monitoring and evaluation framework, that will also give room for civil society participation, so that we can say the things the way they are supposed to be said, in case there are areas where they have said. Somebody asked about advocacy. Yes, the program has delegated a lot of organizations, particularly those that are regulating the environment for advocacy visits. My colleague, while he was talking, told you that we have visited the Ministry of the Environment. We have also visited the Ministry NOSRA. We have visited NOSRA on advocacy. And the good thing that came out from all of those visits is the interest of both the Ministry and NOSRA to collaborate with us, particularly in the area of monitoring. And we are quite happy about that, because if the cleanup exercise is monitored, then Nigeria can expect something. But if it is not monitored, it will go the way the other projects have been going. And I'd like to applaud the efforts made by the Vice President of the country, who took time to visit the Niger Delta. But I think that the visit, even though it's not enough, I think it's not enough. What I think the government needs to do differently is to see that now that the environment is degraded all the time, from activities of people who are breaking pipelines and all of that, oil theft being the other thing, I think so that the government should look into a situation where all of these people who are manufacturing crude using the crude methodology can be, all of them can be invited and brought together to make this issue of modular refinery work. That's one. Then, whether oil is going to end, Oil is a gift from God. So, but I don't know the year that's going to end. There are projections anyway that oil is going to, that oil, the level of oil in the ground is diminishing. But I think that this is why the federal government is also doing exploration in other areas, like the north. There are exploration, like Lagos, explorations are going on, and I think that if oil is going to finish in one part, we pray that there should still be oil in another part. But there are advocacy groups that are already campaigning that we should leave the oil in the ground because of the issues that are associated. If we continue to explore and what we get at the end of the day is degradation, then we need to stop it, because from research it has been shown that places with oil appear to be poorer than places without oil. So if oil is going to cause us poverty, then it is better to leave it in the ground. Job creation, what type of job and all of that. Guy then talked about job creation, and I think that even though some of these oil companies, they provide jobs and provide also amenities for the people, we have seen situations where most of these oil locations, there are lights in the oil camps, that is oil company camps, but there are no lights in the villages where they do this business. But if they have created some measure of employment in the past, but I think that for peace to reign, and for all of these issues around opportunities to be dealt with, there is need for oil companies to up their corporate social responsibility. We are not saying they are not trying, but I think they need to do more. Let me hand over to my colleague who will answer the question.
Okay, I'd like to thank all for our patience so far. I just want to align with what he has said, but to also add that the reason for the Clean Up Niger Delta campaign is to simplify the campaign. Is to simplify this report. This is like very easy. Okay, I'll just go that. I'll start from go through the content. What we're doing now, like you hear Martin told us of the ongoing videos on Clean Up Niger Delta. It's also scaled to the state level, and we don't just speak English. We go down to speaking Pidgin, so we understand what we're trying to pass across. So we're not just running the campaign at the national level. The campaign is also at the grassroots, to those at the region, so they are aware of this.
I'm Comrade Martin that work for us already.
And want to call on us to join.
I want to start by first of all commending
join us as we campaign for
the center for what you're doing.
To break down this literature, to take it beyond literature.
Promoting good governance and talking about it.
And making noise at the national level, to take it to the grassroots, the people who need to be given the voice, so that they can own, so that they can do the clean up of their land. So we're calling on all of us to join us as we campaign for the clean up. And so on behalf of the LSD, I don't know if we have more comments or questions. So I'd like to say thank you for staying with us this far. Thank you for bearing the late start up. And thank you
to commend your efforts for taking the time out.
And so I'd like to say to those of us who are partnering with us for the first time, this is Center LSD. And for those of us who came late, this is Center LSD. And we are saying Clean Up Niger Delta now. And as we move out of the door, there's some light refreshment for us. Please do well to keep your own. And thank you for being part of this press briefing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, let me answer your question.
We are partners now.
I thought you were going to say that the agitation is uncoordinated.
Yes.
Secondly, it has to be it is uncoordinated because there are interests.
Yes. That is why they are people.
Yes.
Some people see it as our annual wages and whatever.
Thank you. You talked about the role that state government is into play. You know, yeah, the oil and solid mineral, they are
I am actually, we have
and so the control rests with the federal government.
understanding about it.
But the degradation
Friends and colleagues,
and all environmental concerns,
relatives as well within the region, who on daily basis spoke about the plight of this person. Simply that you walk in the region, they will text you and say some things.
but then
You can actually have,
Nostra and Nestra, with solid minerals,
yeah.
they need to
Where we
see
are.
how they can work
So
with
I
all
don't-
these state governments. In places where there are solid
Understand
minerals,
that
what the state governments do
what is
right
happening in
now is to have a forum with miners,
that area when it comes to
whether there's a big
issues of
they can pay to the state government. So that the state government can also have some revenue with which to deal with all of those roads that have remained uncovered. Yes, it's not minors. Because usually the artisanal miners they get license from the cadastral office in Abuja. Without recourse to
you've
the
done
state
it all.
government. And that is because of the power that the Constitution has given to them. So the environment is degraded by somebody that I don't know, but because I'm the chief security officer of the state, I have to come to go and do it, because if anybody dies, they are my citizens.
continue to do more for the people.
Some percentage of
And the little
Now let me explain. Yes, let me explain. The money for the cleanup, which is about $1 billion.
Yes.
There is a percentage that the government is supposed to pay. There is a percentage that the oil companies are supposed to pay. But right now,
I'm not seeing it
its obligation. And that is what those oil companies.
I'm not seeing any tweet of